arises for me
fear, yes.
When I've had a lot of experiences that create it.
Yes.
And then it feeds itself.
Exactly.
Sometimes fear is within.
It is always within. Yes. So the fear is always within. So fear is an emotion that we are holding. It's an emotion that we always hold within us.
In myself.
Yes.
And I'm moving that. And that scares me. That scares me more than anything.
Okay.
Myself in my life.
Okay. So now we all understand that we are a spirit. We are not the body. We are not the mind.
Spirit is broken.
Yes. So we are all an energy.
This is my partner. That was breaking the wall. But it became worse in my own life to God. I thought that I would get stronger, but I didn't get the opportunity to get stronger.
Okay. So as I was saying that fear is an emotion that we all experience. Yes. Now we are the energy. We are the spirits. We are not the body and the mind. We all understand that concept, right? That we are the energy, we are the spiritual beings, not the body and the mind. Right? And if we understand that, then spirit is just an energy. And spirit, when we say broken spirit, it's not that spirit is broken, because that's an energy, it cannot be broken. But what she means is that she's feeling low, and because of the fear that she's holding in her mind, that's creating a lot of stress and a lot of trauma in her own mind, and that's keeping her trapped into that. Now let's see, we all have, as we understand, we are the spiritual beings, and we have 5 bodies, right? And those 5 bodies are physical body, mental emotional body, which is breath body, also made of breath, and that's the same as emotional body. Our emotions are connected to the breath body. Then mental body, mind. Then the intellect body, that's all your memories, your fear, phobias, everything is stored in that body, intellect body. And the last body is, of course, the spiritual body, which is your voice of your own consciousness.
No?
Yes.
I want the phone back.
Yes, okay. So, all the fear and the phobias and all the good likes and dislikes and any kind of traumas that we have experienced in this life and the past lives, everything is stored in that body, intellect body. Now, all this information comes out and bothers. Where does it come out? In your mind, in the form of thoughts, right? So the past thoughts, yes. So the information is always, when you're sitting idle, or you go into the past, and all the things that happened in the past will come up to bother you, to give you stress. So basically, all this are the bodies. This is not who you are. You are that energy that makes these bodies work. So you are basically separate from the bodies. You are not the body. Now what is happening right now? We are associating ourselves as those bodies. We think that we are that body. We are that intellect body. We are the mind. We are the physical body. But we are not. We are separate. Okay? That's where the problem is. If we understand that we are the separate spiritual being, we are not the body and the mind, in fact, all of our problems will disappear. Because spiritual being is what? Spirit, what is the nature of the spiritual? Spirit? Satchitanand, which is the truth, this truth about ourselves, as understanding the truth about ourselves as a spiritual being, as an energy, as a consciousness, rather than this body and mind. Second is the full of awareness, knowledge. This knowledge and awareness will come. Alertness. And third is bliss, peace, love, happiness. That is a part of our nature. That is who we really are. If we stay in our nature, we will always be peaceful, we will always be blissful, and always be happy. But what is happening is, since we connect ourselves and think that we are that body and the mind, and whatever is happening in the body and the mind is happening to me, we get distressed also, because we are connecting ourselves to that. Now, it's a natural process, of course, because we are carrying those four bodies, so we are going to feel and experience all these things. But we have to now learn a little to step back a little bit. Even if you don't believe that you are a spirit because you have not experienced it, but you still have to step back a little bit and start watching your mind, what's going on. And that's called mindfulness. Start watching what's coming up. Now let's talk about fear, okay? Now, if she's experiencing fear is an emotion, right?
Yes.
Naturally, it is coming out now. Any emotion, when you feel some emotion, what do we have to do? We have to see now what is the thought, which is the thought that's creating that emotion. We have to start analyzing it. That's called mindfulness. So we step back and you start seeing, Barbara, you start looking into your mind that what is the thought that's creating that fear? Which is that thought? Is it a thought about something that happened in the past? Is it a thought about the future, what's going to happen? Now understand, anything that is in the past is gone. It's an experience that you had, okay? And all the experiences that we have are there for us to learn from. We have to understand what is the learning part in that experience. That's how we have to start looking at all our past. When something is happening in the past, instead of focusing on the minute details of who said what to whom, it's better to see what is the learning that experience is trying to teach me. Is the lesson being not to get angry, or not to get jealous, or not to be fearful, or not to be, what is the learning aspect in that experience? So if we start analyzing the past in that manner, that is breaking it down as to, first, what is the situation happening, why is it happening, and what is the lesson. These are the three things we can break it down to, okay? So when we break it down to what is it, first, the details, obviously, if you focus on the details, you'll get lost in that. So instead of focusing on the details, start looking at why did it happen? Okay, when you start looking at why did it happen, then you will understand what prompted it, what created that situation.
Allowed it?
Yes, how? Yes, exactly. So how why did I allow it? Or what? Yes, and how I could have stopped it. So when you start analyzing all the past that's coming up, you have to see what is the learning aspect in that.
What am I getting from
Okay?
it now? What am I learning from it now?
Yes, exactly. So what is the learning aspect from that past experiences? Because the whole life is nothing but experiences. Okay? And from that each experience, the universe gives us those experiences so that we can learn and grow with it, not to get depressed with it. Now, if we are going to go get depressed, you are bringing your energy down. We are the energy beings. If you bring your energy down, naturally you're going to feel low, depressed, unhappy, sad, and all kinds of diseases you will be creating with that. But if you are going to learn the lesson that the universe is trying to teach you from any and every experience that it comes, you go through in your life, then lot of learning and lot of growing will happen.
Yes.
And also you will know how to face that situation in a better way. So just as example, the other day as I was giving you the example, when you, if you tell a child not to do something, he won't listen. Like, for example, don't go near the fire. Remember I gave that example? But there are fire.
You see, that's where it goes back to it.
Yes.
You have in some way.
Yes.
Not to create the thoughts go.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. So when we start analyzing the situation, when we say that when we go through the experience, for example, as I was saying about the child, telling him not to go near the fire, he won't listen, but once he goes and touches the fire, he will not again ever go back, and you will not have to teach him not to go near the fire. Why? Because he went through that experience and he realized himself that it is dangerous. You telling him, he may not have listened. Some kids do listen, but some don't.
And some people use a critical mind and just criticize themselves for what they could have
Yes,
avoided. And
exactly.
You don't need to criticize yourself for what happened. It's if you look at what you're trying to learn from this, why did I have to go through this? What did I get from it? There's a lesson in everything.
Yeah, there's a lesson in everything, as you said. So we either when we do go through the experience, the nature puts us through the experience just for the purpose so that we can learn something. Now, if we miss that learning aspect and learning part from that experience, and we're only indulging in all the minute details and getting depressed with it, then who is wrong? We ourselves are putting through that distress.
So we don't want to use blame for anything, not blame ourselves or anybody else. Try to use compassion.
There is no blame. It's only there is no blame game. It's only we had to go through that experience to learn a lesson, and when we learn a lesson, that's what we have to focus on.
One question.
So
How
yes,
do you put your ego?
how do you go inside?
How do you put your ego aside?
How do you put your ego aside?
Oh, ego aside.
Mhm.
Yeah, right now it's not the ego's place. Right now it's the emotional play happening because you are feeling fear in your mind.
Right.
Now ego is the one which is making everything happen.
That's what's controlling me.
Yes, ego is, what is ego? I am,
You're getting in
I
your own
amness,
way.
myness,
We're getting in our own
me,
way.
myself. That's ego. So everything that's happening to is because of ego only. Because ego is the one that has created this
Tell
body.
me about it.
It has created this physical body, your mental body, everything, all the 5 bodies are created by the ego. Because I want to exist and I want to experience all these things, and that is why I took these bodies and 5 bodies, and I came into this universe because the ego wants to experience all that and learn from it and grow with
It's been the
it.
worst enemy.
So ego is not the, right now we are discussing about the fear. So the how to deal with the fear is, so whenever a thought comes, if it is from the past, naturally you start analyzing what is first. If you are feeling the emotions, you can see what kind of a sensations are you feeling, what kind of a emotions are you
Get more
feeling.
control.
Yes. So you have to get more control. You have to start looking at the thoughts that's creating that fear. Okay? So look at the thoughts. If they are thoughts of the past, that means then you analyze it. What caused it? And as you said, how I could have stopped it also. What was the thing, what was the situation that caused those thoughts, that experience to happen? How did it trigger? And then what is the learning aspect of this? How I could have stopped it. So when you analyze every thought from that point of view, you will get the steps how to deal with it in the future.
Yeah, the problem is we get in our own way. We don't listen to what is the lesson. We don't listen to what is going on right now.
Yes.
And it often triggers the past as well.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's what you have to see. So when you are feeling any emotion, you have to first go back to see which is the thought that's causing it, and then analyze the thought as to how I could have stopped it, what triggered it, what was the lesson in that thought, what was the lesson that universe wants to give me through that thought, through that experience. Okay, so once you get that, then obviously once you understand what is the lesson that's coming out of that and how I can grow with it, naturally all the other things, the minute details, they will all become garbage. They are all garbage thoughts. So those things are all garbage. You don't have to even pay attention to those things. Those are gone and done with. You cannot undo whatever you said at that time or however you acted at that time. But yes, the lesson is something that you hold on to it, so that in the future when the same situation comes, you do not act and react in the same manner. Okay. Secondly, if this thought is not about the past, it is about the future, because at present whatever is going on, it is in your control. You can move left or right. You can choose to indulge it, you can choose to let it go. Everything is in your control right this very moment. Past is gone. Future is, what is future? Your own imagination, nothing else. It is just your imagination. You're imagining this will happen, or this could happen, or this way it could happen. And now it's creating stress and fear in your mind. Oh, how I'm going to deal with it. Well, it may not happen that way. So it is all your imagination. And you are creating that stress and fear unnecessarily in your mind. So understand, this is the future. It's not the reality. It is my imagination. And I have to live at present for now. I have to deal with the now. So whatever we do right now, whatever actions we do right now is going to create our future. Okay?
So you can
That
say,
is how it's going to create our future.
so
Yes.
you can say the future is now.
Yeah, future is, we are creating that future.
Yes.
Yes. So in a way, how, as when we discussing the karma theory the last week, if you remember, I said that whatever we do right now is an action. Okay, and the reaction will come. It can come immediately, or it can come in 5 days, or it can come in this lifespan, or it can be. It can come in the future in the next lifespans. So whether you believe lifespan, next lives or not, it doesn't matter. But it has to come, because every action has to have a reaction. That is the law of the universe.
The one thing I'll have forever, the can see. And when just try to close your eyes and walk around, and it's like a company, anybody can walk around with what you can see. You have to rely on people and rely on things and this, and it's mind-boggling.
Yes, I understand.
Rely on people and do this
Yes.
to go through my life. What kind of future do I have?
Exactly. So there are a lot of things when they come together. They can create more stress, more fear in your inside you. So you have to understand that you have this Barbara, this stick in your hand, but you also have certain gifts that have been given to you through the universe. Remember? So those
Yes.
gifts are also your privilege. So universe always is one door closes, the other door always opens. Okay, so you have used those gifts for helping others. You have done good deeds. Yes. So if you have done good deeds, you have nothing to worry. Only you have to remove, or because you have created, when you did the good deeds, you automatically wrote a good future for yourself. Okay, and in the next life or whenever.
I still think the word broken spirit is nice. Broken spirit.
Broken
I love
spirit.
it. Yeah.
Yes. So
I
anyway.
mean, we don't always have the answers. You know, it's broken. We try to give an answer, but it's a feeling.
I've always been out there.
So it's not the broken spirit, as I said. Spirit is energy. It can never be broken. It is our own mind that is broken. Our own intellect bodies that is broken. That is how we are feeling. What are we feeling? All the emotions. Where are you feeling? In this body and in your mind, right?
Yes.
That's where you're feeling. So it is your own body and your mind that is broken. Body is broken by diseases. Mind is broken by stress and all these negativities that we hold in our mind. Yes.
I want to say, when I first started, I was 21 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 64 now. And it is not an easy task to meditate. Not at first. Your mind gets in the way. My mind got in my way. I was constantly questioning, doubting, what is this? This is not going to help. However, in the end, eventually, you make your way out of it if you can get out of your own way.
Yes.
That's what I always say. People have to get out of their own way.
Yes. So what is
You have to
happening
get out of
is.
your own way.
You have to get out of your own way.
You have to get out of your own way.
Yeah.
Yes. So with the fear, you have to understand, Barbara, did you understand the concept? The fear is only about either your imagination or about your past. It is not about the present. Present, you are in control, you're sitting
Right now, you're
nicely and
here.
listening. So it's all about your past or future. So you please, when you are feeling that fear, analyze and see which is the thought that's creating it, and then treat it as a garbage. Take the learning, whatever the learning it tries to give you, take it out of that and use it for your future.
Like
Use it for your future decisions.
Yeah.
But all the garbage thoughts that are bothering you, You remove them and throw it out into the universe. Let the universe take care of it. Okay? You don't have to stress over those things, and you have done good deeds. You have certain gifts that you use to help others. And if you use those gifts to help others, automatically the rewards are written. Because whoever you helped were not able to close the transaction. Like if you gave something or helped somebody, they did not reimburse you with some monetary or with in any way. So then naturally all those things are going to come back to you from the universe in a good deeds as a good destiny. Okay, in this life and in the future. That's up to the universe when it wants to give you. But what I'm trying to tell you is that there is nothing to fear about the future. That's what I'm trying to say. So please take out that fear of the future from your mind. Okay, you have everybody, all of us have very strong spirit. There is nothing like broken spirit. Spirit means energy, lot of energy, lot of power, lot of knowledge, lot of alertness, lot of strength. In every way, everything that is positive is spirit. So spirit cannot be broken. When you say spirit is broken, what we mean is that our mind, and no, you have a very strong spirit. That's why you were able to help so many people. So yes, so you are, yes, so you don't have a broken spirit. It's only that your mind bothers you. Then also a lot of us also deal with lack of knowledge, because of we don't have, we are all ignorant.
It's the opposite.
We
of
are
ignorance.
learning.
Meditation is the opposite of ignorance.
Yes. So we are all learning, and we are all dealing with the ignorance. And as we go through the experiences, lot of knowledge comes through the experience. As I told you, when the boy goes near the fire, he goes and touches the fire, and he knows that it's dangerous. Then you don't have to teach the little child not to go near the fire. That is because the experience taught him. Similarly, our experiences have taught us a lot of things. That it has made us very strong also in a lot of ways. And it has also given us the knowledge as to how to deal in the same situation. If the same situation comes up again, I'm sure if you've gone through that situation, you know how to deal with it in a better way next time. Right? All of us do that. So it is the knowledge that helps us to grow. And
how is meditation the opposite of ignorance?
Meditation, I said that because
meditation, so what is meditation? Meditation helps to cleanse all these negativity that we are holding. Meditation is raising your vibrations, giving you more energy. It will cleanse all your 5 bodies. 5 bodies gets cleansed, and as the cleansing happens, what happens? You raise your vibrations, and as a result, you are more aware, full of knowledge, and you are more blissful, happy, peaceful, and connected to the light. And what else? You also are getting knowledge about yourself because when you go through the meditation and you are able to feel those vibrations and see the light, what happened? You understand that you are, where did the light come from inside your body? You are that light. Okay? So when you understand that and when you experience that, then obviously you are opening up to the universe, because the universe is also full of that same light, same vibrations, same energy.
I wanted to ask about ego. You said ego is always negative?
No,
Not always.
no. So we will talk about ego some other day, because that's a long subject. Right now I just wanted to address.
I have a question.
Yes.
And it's about painting.
About
if
what?
I paint, and I let the universe make the decision.